you a songwriter? Are you looking to turn your songwriting passion into a full-time gig? Whether you are just at the start of your songwriting journey or a seasoned industry professional, this show is made for you. Welcome to The Songwriter Show, bringing together songwriting news, interviews, and community. Now, welcome your host, Sarantos.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and welcome back to The Songwriter Show. I'm your humble host, Sarantos, a solo music artist who's been writing lyrics for as long as I can remember. Words just mean the world to me, and that's why I love hosting this show for you every single Tuesday evening. I believe in my heart that every song is a story. Tonight, I'm so excited to have on the show the Darren Holland Project. They're a high-energy original indie rock-pop group based in Grain Valley, Missouri. They're known for their unique blend of rock and pop music with a retro vibe. The project is led by Darren Holland and Cheryl Holland.
And now, welcome this week's special guest.
Welcome to the show tonight. How are you guys?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Great.
Doing well. So you guys are you guys brother, sister? Are you guys married? What's the deal with your names? That's the first question I'm going to ask you.
Oh, we're married.
Yeah.
Okay. You sounded so defeated there.
He hasn't kicked me to the curb yet.
Yeah, okay. She's thinking about it, though. I don't know, with that pause and the way she said that. So, but yeah. So tell us a little bit about when you guys, got together. When did you start playing?
Oh my gosh. Well, we've been married for 15 years, and we dated 5 years before that.
We really started playing together. I met Cheryl at a karaoke place that I was also hosting open mics at. And I was really looking for a female to go with me so that I could, with the open mic, I could run both sides. In other words, do anything, Yeah,
we started out purely professional at first.
Yeah, that didn't last. So,
okay.
So yeah.
We've been together as a duo for 23, 24 years.
Yep.
As a married couple, 25.
Yep.
Well, dating, married, 25.
Yep.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about what instruments you guys play. Does one of you sing? Do you both sing? How does that work out for you guys?
Well, I sing. I play flute. I play full drum kit on some of the songs. I play keyboard. And I don't know what this thing is.
That's a little keyboard too.
Okay, little mini keyboard with different sounds. And pretty much that's me. And I play bongos. I do a lot of percussion, tambourine, and things like that.
Okay, and Darren?
I'm the guitar, the bass, the programs, the synthesizers, and then I am the first mix going down. I also do vocals. Both of us do. It creates a very unique sound with our vocals together. So,
and yet do with most of the harmonizing on the vocals as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are there any musicians that you guys admire, respect, try to emulate?
Everybody has something to contribute.
Right, absolutely.
Basically, my all-time favorite band, of course, is the Beatles. I don't want to be, too obvious, but Beatles, for me, I just always liked their harmonies together. Solo, they're great, but together they were amazing. And of course, the Bee Gees and their harmonies. And all right, so I'm going to really, really show my age. I'm a Duran-y, so Duran was awesome.
I love Duran Duran. I remember them. I'm an 80s child, too. That's awesome.
Yeah, Duran was great. The Beatles, I respect them. But, Cheryl's into them, I respect them.
Got it.
Yeah, it's not the same, quite the same deal. But I think that's because my parents, when I was a kid, I really grew up on AM radio. So the most of the Beatles that I ever heard was like yesterday,
Yeah.
AM stations didn't play that stuff. So, I grew up on AM stations. So, a lot of Neil Diamond, the Mamas and Papas, and all that type of stuff.
All right. How do you guys come up with the magic? How do you guys start a song?
Darren's the brainchild of that one.
Honestly, I just sit there and watch TV and play. Cheryl will tell you, I drive everybody nuts with it. I'll sit there and just play along during commercials. If we're watching a movie and there's a soundtrack and it's just the music, I'll sit there and do different lead progressions with it just for the fun of it. So,
Okay.
as for writing, it's anything that's around. Some of our songs are political, some of them aren't. It just depends on the day and what's going on. There's
Yeah, I mean, some sound happy, some, if you really listen, may sound happy, but really aren't happy. And, you just, whatever happens during the day and day to day, it's, one day at a time type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, the song that you're going to play today is a song called Remedy. Just the chorus in it itself is, it's a hard life to know. I've been chilled to the bone. When I came around that one sunshiny day, tell me, is it easier to love or to walk away? It really, a lot of people have to make that choice, whether do they love it or do they just need to let it go? Just walk away from it. Depends what your remedy is, man.
Yeah. How do you decide that for a song? How do you decide if a song you just need to let it go? It's not going to work for you. You just don't think it's going to be a hit.
I usually I'll play them, different riffs and come up with different lyrics for something for a couple nights and play over it. And usually what it comes down to is if I stop playing it for about 3 days, if I go back to play it and can't remember exactly how to do it, it ain't worth it. Get on. I don't know. The songs find me.
Sure.
They find me. I don't find them. I never have. They've always come to me for no reason.
When you look at beginning songwriters, or if you had advice for other people, can you relate to them, like maybe like the biggest mistake you made, so maybe something they can avoid doing?
Biggest mistake I ever made was listening to everybody around me. It stopped me from doing things. You sit there and your parents with, you have to hold down a real job. You have to get, why don't you come?
Hobby. It's just a hobby.
Yeah, it's just a hobby. Of course you want to go work for Verizon because that's where my dad worked. No, I really didn't. I really didn't want to at all. So
basically, do what makes you happy.
Yeah. Find yourself, man, and just go for it. Money ain't worth it.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, it is important to have to pay your bills and get food on your table.
No, you need to pay your bills and get food on the table. But besides that, it's really, I guess, like the Beatles say, can't buy you love, man. It really can't. Yeah. You don't get it from that. I don't know. Yeah.
Tell us about this song that we're going to hear. What inspired it?
As I said before, they just come to me. It's not a matter of what inspired it. They're just sort of in me and they come out at different times. I know it sounds nuts, but it just all comes together and I don't know why. It just does.
All right. I'll tell you what. Let's take a listen. We'll come back and talk some more, okay?
Okay.
All right, everybody. Check this out. Here we go.
Feel the motion, hold tight, new emotion, connecting all this energy. Someday with all the aces, I know we'll escape this. Time's up, find me a remedy. It's a hard life to know. I've been chilled to the bone when I came around that one sunshiny day. Tell me, is it easier to love or walk away? Look up, near disaster, speed up, going faster. Mind's eye connects all the energy. Someday we'll escape it, move on to far out spaces. Time's up, find me a remedy. It's a hard life to know. I've chilled to the bone. When I came around that one sunshiny day, tell me, is it easier to love or walk away? Make up and feel the sunshine. Hold tight, grab a good time. Connect with all this energy. Someday we'll escape it. Move on to far out spaces. Time's up, find me a remedy.
So thank you for sharing that song with us.
You're welcome.
Yep, no problem.
So if there's a movie out there that you guys both love, is there a song of yours that you think should have been in that movie?
Oh, honestly, not to sound conceited, but I think all of them can be a soundtrack. Honestly, depending on the movie, favorite movie.
Well, my favorite movie is Jaws.
Yeah.
You
And
know, so that
mine's
doesn't
kinda different.
count.
Mine's like Star Wars. I don't know if any of our stuff will fit on that.
Fit on
but,
that. No.
But like let's say Stranger Things. I think a lot of our songs could fit that type of movie. There's also like some rom-coms that some of our stuff would be good in.
Yeah.
It's hard to pinpoint exactly what.
I think our stuff would be better in like dark comedies and not really horrors, but
Suspense.
suspense. Yeah. You know, there's
It's hard. That's a hard question. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay. So do you guys perform pretty regularly in public?
We do not right now. We used to all the time.
Yeah, it got hard for me because I work a full-time job and it was hard to be, and I usually work on the weekends. So whenever we would play, it would be on the weekend. So I have to take off, and it got to be a little
Well, and then
hard.
what really stopped us was COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
COVID killed everything. I mean, we've talked about it here before about what COVID has done to this country in general. I mean, our daughter is 14 years old, and really, her and her whole class completely missed a year, and we can see the stuff that they're missing. You know, it just.
They're playing catch up and it's hard.
Yeah, and with music, it really changed everything too, you know?
Yeah, no, I get it. What was your first job for each of you guys?
First job for me, I started working at 14, and it was Burger King.
Okay. How about you, Darren?
I lied. 10 years old, I had a paper out.
Oh, okay.
I actually had a pretty cool first job. I worked for a place called E.J. Stewart back in Pennsylvania, and they were a video production house. I got to meet Julian Lennon and Phil Collins and Cyndi Lauper and a whole bunch of other ones. We would do shoots for MTV, but we would also do like industrial shoots for, I can't remember the name right now of the brand of keyboard, but
Casio?
no. It was,
Korg?
was it Korg or Quai? Something like that. Anyway, real high-end keyboards we were doing industrial shoots for. We would do commercials for different things too. And so, yeah, it was a pretty cool job. And I was at that when I was 16. I went on from there and, you know, and then I guess I really jumped out of it because once again, there we go, a job that I really liked and really thought was cool that I would have built up in. My dad said, well, that's not stable. That's not a real job. It's not union, you know. Yeah, it was.
That's what people did. And they still do that. I mean, to be honest with you. Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't think so. We definitely made it a point not to do it to our kids whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, let them be them. And we just go to the things and we're happy. And, you know, that's it.
What do you guys, if you could pick like a favorite 70s or 80s jam, what would it be for each of you?
I'll tell you what it wouldn't be. Freebird. No way.
I really love the disco era. So I would probably pick something like, oh gosh. Okay, not to be too corny, but Bee Gees all the way. Staying Alive.
Staying Alive, yeah. Yeah, thanks. Now that song is stuck in my head.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm going more with like the electronics, Tainted Love,
Okay, yeah.
um,
Oh, yeah.
Gary Newman's Cars.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, I mean, that's what really got me into the
Frankie Goes to
keyboards.
Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just the bass line in Two Tribes from Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Incredible. You know, they really had a different feel
Yeah.
in the time,
Yeah.
you know?
Although is like Dua Lipa, she's got a lot of disco. That's kind of why I'm gravitated to her. And then Billie Eilish was great too, but
Billie Eilish rocks, man.
Yeah.
She's got it together.
Okay. Is there like a certain movie or TV show where you guys look at that and you're like, oh my God, I'm that character? Like, who would you be on TV or who are you on TV?
okay, again, showing my age, Blossom.
Awesome. Oh my God. Okay. All right.
I don't know.
This is
Why
gonna
don't
sound-
you pick one for Darren? Why don't you pick one for him?
You're kind of a Sheldon, but in the musical
Yeah,
aspect.
musical show.
So he's a nerd. I'm a nerd too, so there's nothing wrong with us nerds. We're going to take over the world, damn it.
Well, yeah, he'll come to me and talk to me. Look at this guitar. Look at this. I'm like, okay, what's different than the other guitar? You know, I have no. He's telling me all these. Look at what is it?
The one has humbuckers, one has P90s.
And I'm like, what?
You know, come on, there's a big difference.
He's the Sheldon of the music world.
You know, and trying to explain the difference between, you know, just a wired amp as compared to a tube amp. You
No
know,
clue. I'm like, what?
oh,
I got the blank look on my
so,
face.
yeah, so solid state or tube, and it's like, anyway, yeah.
So tell us about a book that you guys absolutely loved and everybody else hated.
You'd be the one who knows that.
Yeah, Darren doesn't read books.
I don't read.
I'm the avid reader, so I gotta say, you know, honestly, I don't know. I would say maybe the
What's that?
Twilight series.
No, what's the woman's book that you were reading?
Oh, I did just read a book. I can't remember. Witches, Sluts, and Feminism. It was called, and I can't remember the author of it. And it was really, really good. It opened my eyes a lot about things, but I'm not sure if anybody else would read it, but I thought it was pretty interesting.
Is there like the weirdest piece of merch you guys have ever come up with? Like some kind of idea that's way out there?
For our stuff?
Yeah.
I don't think anything's been really far out there.
We've just done CDs and T-shirts, about it.
Yeah, we probably should come up with other stuff, but
Okay.
About a keychain or something.
yeah,
But it's
keychain
not
would
really
be
far
good.
out then.
No, it's not far out.
Is there like a guilty pleasure song you guys are embarrassed to admit that you love?
Cotton Eye Joe,
Really, you like that song?
kinda. Got a good beat to it.
Oh
It's
my!
danceable.
I would have to say Shiloh from Neil Diamond.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that would be mine. Yeah, I love that song. I don't know why. It just has something to it.
Yeah, okay. All right, tell you what, last question of the night. Tell us about where people can buy your stuff, stream it, or find you online.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, you can find us on Spotify, Amazon, anything out there. Deezer, go on down the list. We are on every single one of them.
Music, Amazon Music.
Yeah, and you can find us by just going to the Darren Holland Project at Linktree.com, and that will give you everything from
Access to all of the platforms.
access to YouTube and
Instagram, X, Blue Sky,
X that we have to get off of completely.
Blue Sky,
Okay.
all those digital platforms are there on Linktree. But you have to make sure you use the Darren Holland Project.
Yeah, we are the Darren Holland Project.
Okay. Awesome. I want to thank you guys so much for being on the show tonight.
Thanks for having us. It was fun.
Thanks, Sam.
You're welcome.
It's been great.
Awesome. So thank you to all the fans out there for listening and spending a little bit of your precious time with the three of us tonight. We hope your unique story gets heard around the world too. My name is Sarantos. Please join me every single Tuesday evening to hear other amazing artists share their fascinating behind-the-scenes stories right here at the Songwriter Show on Reality Radio 101. I love you all. Have a great night.
the sun running by. I was too busy working. Didn't see gravity's pull on my eyes. Always felt the hurting. Not sure this is how I should be spending my time. Not sure this is what I want to say with my life. Doing shit I don't want to do. Not sure I'll ever be right. Am I worth waiting for? Am I worth fighting for? I've always been a dreamer, but it's past 3. Mind so tired. Nightmare was a screamer. Mind racing. I can't fall back to sleep. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. All these people are wishing me bad without my permission. So I push away my friends. Hugs and days they send my way. I'd be okay if I just let my story breathe. I'd be okay if I just set my worries free. But like an angel lashing out, keep it bottled in till they all leave. Am I worth waiting for? Am I worth fighting for? I've always been a dreamer, but it's past 3. Mind so tired. Nightmare was a screamer. Mind racing. I can't fall back to sleep. Am I worth waiting for? Am I worth fighting for? 3 becomes 4. Am I worth fighting for? 4 becomes 5. Am I worth 5 becomes the dark. Fighting for every damn night. Am I worth fighting for? Then I lose my mind. Another sleepless night.
Thank you for listening to The Songwriter Show. To keep the momentum going, head over to www.songwritershow.com and join our free music community of artists, songwriters, and producers. That's www.songwritershow.com.